Hey, this is the week, man.
This is it.
Yeah, you get your cast off this week.
2 days.
2 days. Yep, it's going to be a fun week.
Yeah.
Fun week. Oh, man. 2 weeks we'll be on vacation.
2 weeks.
I can't wait. Anyways, hey guys, what is happening? Hope you guys have some summer trips planned, because we do. But before we get to do any of that funness, we got an F150 that we got to deal with. This is a repair. You guys refer to them as 911s. This one isn't as bad. It's, well, you guys decide. I'm off this week. Oh, that's nice. All right, so the first thing is it has all of this, which is like this lighting garbage, and normally we don't mess with this. However, this guy's a really good customer. I probably won't do it again after I do this, so don't ask. But he's got like all of these power wires here and a bunch of fuse holders just scattered throughout. So we ordered him I don't know where it went. Oh yeah, it's right here. We ordered him this, which is a simple waterproof distribution block to take care of all of that nonsense. The power wire for the amplifiers are just kind of zip tied to the battery top, so we're gonna fix all that. But really, the brunt of the work is going to be back here, dealing with this, whatever this is. And there again, it's not the worst. It's just not the best. So we'll be pulling all of this out and reinstalling all of this to get it up to snuff. He wants an amp rack, obviously. There's just some weird stuff going on, like the speaker wire was run through the seat tubes here, which is very bizarre, because really, you could have just used some Teflex, made it pretty. But we know the company that did it, so we're not really surprised. They typically do a crappy job. And all of this is not them. Some of this he's actually tried to make better. He added in all these little sticky tape thingies to try to fix it. I'm interested to see how these are attached, though, because I feel like everything is just drywall screws right through the rear of the truck, which is cool. This one I don't understand. This is the ground. It just goes to and why it has a fuse, I don't know. So good on that. So the plan is to remove everything, sort it out, reinstall it. We've already put a new radio in here not too long ago. We put a new Sony, I think it's a 4000 in here a couple weeks back. That was part one of this, to just kind of get a feel for what we're going to have to deal with. So yeah, that's what we're going to deal with today. Now, some of you that followed along or caught today's video and you saw what we did last week, you were like, hey, you never finished that SC400 that you were working on. And you'd be correct. We never did finish it last week. This morning, so we ran into some issues with the car. It's Paul's son's car, and there's some problems with the car. It's supposedly it was kind of sorted out, but it isn't. The car starts, but it doesn't run. You put it in drive, the car freaks out. Put it in reverse, what's up, Elias? You're doing great today. So anyways, there's some stuff going on with the car. I came in this morning, and the first thing I just put it all back together. So right now, it was just put it all back together, get it to start, reset the battery, and it would go into drive, which is the first it's gone into drive since like Friday. So it was fantastic. Immediately just drove around, parked it. They're going to come tow it away and deal with it later. When they get it back, then we'll finish up on that car and show you, the finished product on that. So that's why I hate leaving like a cliffhanger like that for you guys not to see. So that kind of sucked. Hey, it's Haley. What's going on? Hello, guys. Arc Audio X2 600 X4 or the Audio Control 8 and 4. If you talk to Brian, the X is one of the best sounding amplifiers on the market.
There you go.
So you probably want to go X. It's up to you. Power is very similar. Performance, exterior-wise, similar shapes and functionalities.
Same size.
Same size. So it's really up to you and what you're feeling comfortable with.
Yeah.
So make it that way. Go with whatever you feel comfortable with. I'm assuming with the audio controls, it's the LCs, fabulous amplifiers, X2s, fabulous amplifiers, very similar in price and performance. So go ahead and take your pick. Two great choices. What's up, Jeff? Jeffrey. Yep, today's his first day.
No,
it's not? Yeah, well, it is. Why?
it was before.
No, today's Monday. So last day Friday, first day Monday.
He started working before.
No, not even close. Fred and Sounds is promoting ARC now. Oh, okay.
Fred and Sound?
I don't know who that is.
Who's Fred?
I don't know. Well, Fred, I don't. The only Fred I know actually works at ARC, so that would make sense for him to promote it, but I don't think it's the same Fred.
Probably not.
Either way, it's all good there. So today is Monday. We'll be doing a live show tonight at 6:30 like we often do. However, the plan is we're gonna try to have some fun today.
Yep.
This is going to be the project for the next day and a half, is sorting out all of this nonsense. So I'm going to give you guys one more look at it all, just so that we have a good reference point when we come in a little later today and show you our progress on it. Because I know you guys like the 911s. Normally we do this on YouTube, but I thought, you know what? Let's give the Instagram guys some love this time, and we'll do it here. So this is what we have. So this is all this lighting nonsense was just in this giant black zip-tied mess that was all hanging out right here. So the goal is to get rid of all this, clean this all up, make this look sexy, and of course, deal with whatever the hell is going on here. I'm sure we're going to have to seal up some holes. It ought to be a lot of fun cleaning this up, exposing the proper ventage so we can breathe when we shut the doors. Very important thing when you have a truck. You gotta leave some air for those vents, man. Fernando, that one's yours.
All right. The amplifiers Addison Forza with the DSP have quality of sound and good power. Yes.
So Forza amplifiers.
Yeah.
Funny you should ask.
Good.
Okay. Grab that. Can you volleyball that over to me?
I can't. It hurts. Never mind.
Pussy. All right, hang on. Let's do this. Here, you take over. Okay.
What's going on, guys? I'm just.
Facing me. So you're asking about Audison.
Yes.
And in the next 2 weeks, you got to get this into Haley's car. Probably have to do it on Monday night because or maybe Thursday night. I don't know. Probably Monday night. Anyways, I'm really excited. We're gonna be doing some promos with them. But if you're asking about the Forza. The Forza is the bigger, powerful amplifier. This is a 4-channel. So this is what they would call the.
Hang on. There you go. Just keep doing it.
Okay,
Sorry,
we're
guys.
back. All right, so as we were talking about, this is the Audison 4 to 10. That means this is a 10-channel DSP with 4 channels of power. This is going to run the tweeters in the mid-range in Haley's car. It's going to do 2-channel front stage upgrade, and then one of the DSP channels will go off to the subwoofer that's in the back of the car. I don't even know how much power. Oh, this is 90 watts by 4, 150 watts by 4 at 2 ohms, or you could bridge it to 2 by 300.
Very nice.
Fully bridgeable though. So the nice thing about the Audison amplifiers, unlike their competitor, is that this one is fully bridgeable.
Bridgeable?
Bridgeable.
It's bridgeable. This is the new.
This is the Maestro cable.
Oh. Hi, Brian.
And so here's what we have. This little guy right here.
It's tiny.
Isn't it tiny? So this is a 4-channel.
Yeah.
But one of the cool. So this has. I don't even want to get into it because I want to save it because we're going to go full unboxing on it.
Yeah.
But 90 watts by 4, pretty nice little solid amplifier. This will be the next thing going into the Haley lab, which we're going to be having all kinds of fun with this over the next month. I look forward to this. We're going to be working with Ken Ward on this one. It ought to be cool. But anyways, love these guys. Pretty excited to have one of their amplifiers here to play with. Yeah, so I'm going to do my trash while I'm at it.
Yeah.
Crush the boxes before you put them in the dumpsters, guys.
There you go.
Yep. All right. that's what we got going on.
Those artisans are sexy, yes.
Those artisans are sexy. Did you flip the camera around to you, or are you still looking at the
no,
floor?
I'm still looking at you.
Like why would you be like? You silly.
sorry.
You give me the camera. That's so bad.
That's not how you do it.
No. Other thing too that you guys can expect this week for a lot of you guys that are waiting to learn more about the Maestro A to B, these things. We're gonna be doing a full unboxing and show you all the bits and pieces that are currently coming. So that'll be coming to a theater near you here very shortly. So we want to get that information out to you so that you can plan accordingly. So that video will be later this week. Yeah, I don't know what else. We haven't gotten that far into the week yet. Believe it or not, we don't plan that far ahead. But it's so early. It is early because we're going to be coming back. Oh my God, it's Johnny 25. Dude, how you doing, buddy? Yeah, I haven't seen him in a while. Yo. Anyways, that's it. That's what we got going on here in the Bay right now. We're going to come back later and see what we got going on. So, apparently, Fernando, you're losing your Spanish. He's not, trust me. He's not. He machine gun that stuff. Anyways, very much so. So stay tuned. That's it for now. See you.
Bye.
What the heck is that? Anyways, good day, everyone, and welcome to part 2 of this F-150 rescue. You can call it whatever you want. If you want to call it 911, go ahead. What's up, Danny? Hello. What's going on? That's good. Pocket rocket amp. Could be for sure. Anyways, part 2 of this nightmare. Want to kind of fill you guys in. Hopefully you've had good enough to go and check out the last one we did earlier today. But let's see the progress as far as what's happening now and where we're at on this. Yeah, let's do it. All right, if you guys remember earlier today, this was just this. It was this. All of this, which I conveniently left on the floor. All of this was here. And we removed all of that, slimmed it down, did a little bit of liposuction surgery on the wiring. We made a bracket that mounts all the relays into place. They're all screwed in now, so they're just not here, which is silly. So everything is zip tied to the right length. So none of this is folded or anything like this. It's just all the wiring going up and down. All right, so that's hidden there. And then it comes up into here. We have a ground point here now. And then we've added this auxiliary fuse holder instead of all of the fuse holders that were part of this that were just kind of like coming off here. So now we just have one nice little power wire that comes off of there. Right now the battery's disconnected because we're doing some other stuff that I'll show you. This isn't hooked up yet, so this is just chilling. This is the amplifier. We have to figure out if we need a new power wire or not because we found some other problems with that I'll show you in a second. But made a bracket, mounted this in. This particular one came with some cool labels for the fuses. So we have a spot lamp, which is this big thing right here. So that's that. And then we have bumper lights, which are a set of these. Then the other set is the fog lights, which is the fog lights here. And then rear lights, he's got some rear lights. I don't know what this is. I don't know what that is, but it's hooked up. So there we go. So this is now installed. Fun. Let's hop into what Fernando has been doing. It does look like the truck threw up. So all along here he has all these lights, which might be what those lights are, what that fuse is for. But he had all of this wiring
It's just a lot of tape.
A lot of tape, a lot of butt connectors.
The camera was butt connector.
Yeah, so he's just going through. This was just kind of this is the Pioneer backup camera brain. We added in these connectors, so these were just butt connectors, so really hard to service. There was a bunch of butt connectors, so we took out all the butt connectors, soldered the wire. He's getting ready to solder the wire together here. So cleaning up all these little rock light thingies. And we also managed to get all of this apart, which is cool. So now that I have this done, I'll make an amp rack for these two amplifiers. Here's the cool mounting Velcro and double-sided tape. That's always fun. Love it when people use that to hold an amplifier. So one of the things we did find was this. This glass fuse holder was buried here. So it was just jammed into this area right here. So that really didn't make any sense why you would do. There are lots of fuse holders in here. We're gonna have our pick for sure. Not that one, because that's a crappy glass one. So the first thing I have to do is find out, is this wire going to be long enough to get over to a point to where, what's up DIY audio guy? If this is long enough to get to a point to where I can move out with distribution blocks, because he has distribution block fuse holders. So that'll be, when we're done with this, I'll figure that out. This is what we were kind of talking about on the other side. They're just like random, like here's a butt connector right at the grommet. Why in the freaking world would you put a butt connector right at the grommet? That is like super stupid. Coming down into here, here's more butt connectors up underneath the carpet, and there's another butt connector here. So lots of, we got a bow that's probably zip tied somewhere with another butt connector maybe. Anyways, so he hasn't got to this side yet. So this is what that side looked like. So this will all get taken care of. That's his next chore. Once he gets done on that side of the car, we get to do, that's the joy of a car. You have the left and the right nightmare. So that is where we are on this. Basically just getting things squared away, getting some of the easy stuff done, like cutting all the wires, soldering back together, get them to the length. Is this an owner hack job? No. So this is one of those where there was a shop that did 90% of this install, and then the owner came back and tried to clean up some of the amp stuff back here, which if you saw the earlier, you can kind of see where those like sticky tabs and stuff like that he tried to make it look a little prettier, and like the amplifiers were smacking the back. It just didn't work out. So he's like, you know what, just screw it, take it all out, let's just start over. And so that's where we're at. What kind of batteries are you using on the M12 tools, and how do you like them? We're just using whatever the Amazon knockoffs are for the M12s. We've tried several different kinds and they all work about the same. You get about 2 years of use out of them and then they just die, which is cool. I can deal with 2 years for a quarter of the price. But yeah, we buy, and then they make they make a couple different sizes that you can't get in the M12. So we buy those too, some of the big ones. Like they make this giant one. That's what we use for like the impact wrench and stuff, which is really cool. Anyways. So the owner, he claims to do some of the stuff back here. This wiring, he paid all this. Like this is just the local shops doing the truck stuff here. They're mechanics, bro. You know, who knows what, it's kids. I don't know. But, I mean, it's not my forte, so I'm not going to sit here and claim to, what the heck they're talking about. Oh, what we're doing is some liposuction on the wiring. That's it. Nothing. I'm not digging into where, because some of the other stuff in here is super scary, and I don't want to look at it. Will this be a YouTube no, it won't. So that's why we're doing this, so you guys can kind of see what's going on here on this. We're showing you all the good stuff, so just think of this as the juicy parts. you know, maybe next time, bro. But we didn't know this was coming in today. This is one of those that has been on the schedule on and off for a couple weeks now, and we finally got it in. So, and we're on a very particular timetable that I've been reminded of like 4 times now, which kind of irritates me. So we knew that filming it, other than doing stuff like this that really doesn't take a lot of time, was okay, because we don't really have to explain much. We can just show you the cool stuff. So, but with that being said, these little 911s, as we call them, are being brought to you by the good friends at MorelHiFi.com. Who, Fernando?
MorelHiFi.com.
That's right. You can find all the cool stuff. Actually, you know, it's funny. Yesterday we were talking about Bluetooth speakers.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, I wonder when the new Morel Bluetooth speaker is going to ship.
Biggie?
The Biggie, yeah. Because that'll be cool. But aside from that, if you caught the beginning of the show, you saw this little thing right here. Don't know what it is. It just showed up. Actually, we brought it home. It won't leave now. So, but you guys will find out about this soon enough. It's pretty exciting. Pretty exciting stuff. I think there's information over on MorelHiFi.com, though, because I think they jumped the gun on the website and put that stuff up first. Good move before they were available. Anyways, what brand is the little fuse holder? Amazon. I just typed in Amazon waterproof fuse holder, and it showed up. It was like $20, $25, somewhere like that. I don't remember. But yeah, and it's just a white box, so there's not even like a brand on it, I don't think, to tell you. But it's a nice little fuse holder. It's a KNFRXO 6-way fuse block. It's not even a part number. Anyways, that's all we got for you right now. Fernando, say bye.
Bye. No pictures, please.
It's not a picture, it's a video.
Oh.
Are you done?
What?
Are you done with that side?
Yeah, I just want to put my ground and then connect it to whatever wire they have it, and that's it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Oh my God, so much fun. Look at that. Everything done with one hand.
You do it with one hand tied behind your back?
Not really, but
Okay.
it's hard.
Okay. Afternoon. Well, all right, guys. What's up? So continuing on. It's Iowa Mike. What's up? Continuing on with the disastrous F-150. We're moving along at a good pace. Yesterday we took a look at this, and this is what's happening today. So yesterday we left with this side being finished. Since then I've pulled the radio out of the dash, and it looks, I know, they always look much worse than they actually are. But I mean, the harness itself is so I've been trying to narrow it down and remove stuff that doesn't need to be there. So I've been playing with it, and I was like, I should show you guys. So they use some of these cool like phone clips. That's cool. Anyway, so we're getting ready to redo the harness there. This is the amplifier. This is the 4-channel JL. This we decided is going to go underneath the passenger front seat. There is a neat shape that you just saw underneath these seats. This shape here. And so, oh look, a fork and some French fries. So we copied that, and our piece will go on, but it's going to go underneath that seat. So I'm kind of waiting. And then the 1200 kicker, we redid the brackets for it because they were upside down, and reran it and pulled the RCA out that was already in here, and made this panel here to mount into there. Now the screws that are here actually go into this frame rail. So this doesn't go outside to the car, just like they bolt it here and they bolt here. Those are frame rails across this. So we use those. We put some nutserts in there and built this to hold the amplifier in place in the back. We put it in the center because we freed up his 2 air vents, and it's up off of the floor. So if this leaks or anything like that, it won't get the amplifier, which is cool. But that's mounted in place. And then the other amp will be here. He's finishing up the lighting wiring that was all going through this. That was a mess on the that side, which we saw yesterday. So he's getting that all straightened out. Once he gets that straightened out, then we'll be able to put the power wire and all that in for these two amplifiers, and we'll be pretty close to almost being done. Yes, did they go through the back firewall with drywall screws?
I was checking, it doesn't look like, but
Well, I mean, there's this. They had screws into the metal here.
it's like a double.
You think?
Yeah, I mean,
Hold on. I know how we can figure this out. Let me spin around in circles for a minute.
well,
Yeah, no, I'm looking for my pick tool. Why would I have a pick tool in my toolbox? So like this one, it feels like there's nothing stopping it, but I'm gonna say yes, but I don't know. I mean, if they didn't, they got really lucky. So, but it's so hard to tell now with the way that they design these vehicles. I can't really see. Either way, doesn't matter. I mean, it does, but you know, you'll never know. They'll never know. But it kind of sucks. Finally built my garage workbench. More projects. There you go. Who doesn't love a garage workbench? So, anyways, that is what is going on with this. All the wiring is done up nice and pretty now. So everything is done. Ground is in place. So everything is good at this point. So we're making good progress. And figured out they did. Yeah, that was kind of my thought. So I kind of figured they did too. But apparently I cut my finger. Ooh. I was recommending going through the back of the cab. Going through the back of the cab with drywall screws, more secure that way. I like to use like a 3.5 inch, so you can go through the cab and the bed. You know, just hit them both. That way you have nothing to worry about. Do you think sound deadening that back wall will make a noticeable difference in road noise? Probably, but you know, there again, sound treatment is one of those weird things. The more of it you put in, the better it does. I believe, you know, I believe he told me that when he did that, because he did it, it was a noticeable difference. So as long as, you know, as long as you're content and you feel like what you did made a difference, and that's all that really matters. Right? I mean, we have to believe what we're doing is actually doing something.
I believe.
But I mean, I feel like the big back seat foam piece is probably pretty good. Well, they did remove the carpet, which is probably makes, because when you're cutting that carpet off, you remove a lot of what would be the sound dampener. So yeah, probably a good move. How you guys doing today? Oh, I mean, we're doing good. We're doing good. Yeah, it's you're doing bad?
Yeah.
Okay. That sucks. Sucks to be him. No, everything's going well today. It's a good Tuesday. So, all right. So this is the power plug here. We're not going to be using these speaker wires, and these are those little 22 gauge butt connectors that everybody goes, where do you get those? And we're going to use those to insulate the ends of this, as opposed to just taking a big glob of tape and putting it over it like everyone loves to do. You do it until you find out that if one of those wires is by accident just a little too long and touches the other one and it shorts everything out, and your radio says protect or check wiring. And yeah, it kind of sucks. So that's when you go, I don't ever want to do that again. But we all have to find these things out the hard way, right? If you guys off tomorrow for the holiday. Just found out there was a holiday tomorrow. And no, we are not politically correct enough to take the day off. Day ends tomorrow is Juneteenth.
Oh, so we're not working?
Oh, we're totally working.
What the heck?
No, so I just found out there was a holiday yesterday. I didn't know that was a thing. So. Oh, I'm working holiday pay. Ooh. Been doing a lot of overtime trying to get the Viper into Jay's tent for a final install. Nice. It's a Weber fan. Yeah, give Oscar something to do at this time. Now he's got his new install bay. Or his new fab room, or whatever the heck they build. Would they build him a new fab room?
Huh?
Oscar.
Yeah.
So, give him something to do. I'm off. One of the nice things about being a government employee. You're funny, Bobby.
Can you hook me up, bro?
You guys are funny. They figured out that was wrong with... Oh, they did not figure out what was wrong with Paul's car. I don't even think they've started to look yet. So haven't put any effort into it. Like I said yesterday, we were lucky enough to get it started and get it out of our head, get it out of our world, so we didn't have anything to worry about. But it's just one more headache for another day. Is basically what it's turned into. So cut all these off of here. Little Christmas decorations. They're so pretty. They look like lights. Get rid of that. Just don't need it. Definitely don't need that. Okay, we're almost got this figured out here. This is an old pack harness. This is the one where they use light green as a reverse wire instead of the purple white. That always drove me crazy. Okay. 24 4Runner non-JBL system. Actually, we did 23 4Runner non-JBL system yesterday. Wasn't anything special with it. Worked like a champ. Yeah, so should be okay there. On a factory head unit, do you always want to use the line level device like audio control to fix bass roll off, or is there another way to do it by going straight into the amp and using a DSP? Okay, so this is one of those trickier questions but it's a good question. So if you're doing a whole system and you're amping everything, you're probably not going to notice the bass roll off too much, because everything is going to be kind of like the way it is right now from the factory. Meaning you're going to amplify the mids and highs. You're going to turn the volume or the gain up on the amplifier to match the level that you want it to play at, not clipping. So the bass roll off isn't really a huge deal, because a lot of the times you don't notice it that the factory has it in the first place. Sometimes you do, but then you can adjust the whole system volume to negate that, because you're adding amplifiers for mids and highs and the whole thing. So that's using the DSP. Now, some DSPs have the ability to do dynamic EQ or dynamic output, which is nice, and that just basically means you can build in loudness, or you can take away loudness, or you can add in loudness. We've never worried about it. Like, I've never turned on Accubass in a system that we were amplifying the whole thing. It's never been an issue. It's never been anything that we've ever gone, oh my gosh, we need to turn on Accubass. Because there's always been plenty of volume from the subs as well as the mids and highs, because you have the ability to go in and EQ everything that you need to EQ, so you really just don't have the same problems. When you're doing a standalone, just adding a subwoofer, that's when you really notice the difference, because that bass is so boomy. It's so boomy at low volumes because that loudness is kicking on. And that's what it's called, by the way. It's the loudness that you're hearing is the dynamic EQ from the factory. And as you're turning it up, the loudness is going away, which is reducing the output to the subwoofer. And the mids and highs are starting to catch up, because that's what loudness does. So when we do a big system, we just don't worry about it. Or a system, I should say. We just don't worry about it, like when you're just adding a subwoofer. As far as using an external high-level to low-level adapter when doing a DSP, it's not anything we ever do. We would never put like an LC2I or an LC7. If we're doing a DSP, the DSP is going to take care of everything. And we have the ability to do everything. And there again, different DSPs have better features than others, for sure. But it's the problem with DSP is that there's a lot of people that know a little bit, and very little people that know a lot of it. And the ones that know a little bit are talking about it a lot. And so they're like, this DSP is awesome. And it's like, no, it's not. It's not really that good. It has a weak feature set. But for a lot of people, it's more than enough to get the job done. But don't treat it like it's the most amazing thing you've ever seen. But it probably is, though, because they've never actually seen a real DSP. Or they don't have the skill set to deal with a real DSP. And again, not trying to be mean, but that's usually what's happening, is that most people just don't spend the time with these products to understand what they're missing out on. Would you agree, Fernando?
100%.
There you go. He backs me up. Live from Disneyland. Paul said, go ahead and pull everything back out. I'm waiting for that. Were those... Wait, I have no idea what the hell you call these things. These are I have no idea what you call it. The only time I've ever seen these is like when I've pulled like phone connections out of a wall back in the day, but I have no idea what these are. They look like you melt them. I mean, it looks like a kind of weird connection. There's like there's a bus that goes between them, so it almost looks like a really neat T-tap, which is probably a bad idea. But it has some kind of chemical reaction inside of it, because it's definitely like gooey and melted. So I don't know what they would call them. I mean, it could be. You would know more than me, because I've never used them before. Never even heard of them. Definitely not anything I'm putting in any car. Okay. 2024 4Runner non-Java. How would you add a 4-channel and a sub while keeping the factory head unit? So, okay. This is one of those cool questions that we get asked all the time from hobbyists and professionals alike, because it's like, what do we need to do here? And there's a few qualifying questions that will make the answer easy for you. So, first off, let's understand what the factory stereo is, right? The factory stereo is tuned to the speakers that are in the car, all right? And in a Toyota, believe it or not, the source unit is usually the problem with a Toyota. It's not the speakers. The speakers usually aren't too bad. It's just the factory radio sucks, big time. If your goal is to just make the overall system louder, and by louder I mean physically make it louder, if you put new speakers and an amplifier in it, it will make it louder. The tonality will be whatever the result is between whatever the factory EQ is onto the new speakers that you just bought. So however the speakers, whatever speakers you buy, however that manufacturer sounded those speakers, they're not going to sound like that. They're going to sound like the result of whatever the Toyota EQ is applied to that. So it's not a flat signal. So like when you're looking at like waveform outputs of the speaker, like on a graph, it's not going to look like that because you're not applying a flat signal to it. You're applying the Toyota EQ to it. Now, with that being said, this is something that we have been doing forever. This is what we did. This is what we did back then. This is what a lot of people still do now. And most people are pretty happy with it. So if you can appreciate the soundstage for the car, so in a Toyota, they use all-pass filters to give you sound that isn't in the corner. It's kind of above the steering. It should be somewhere above the gauge cluster. It's not in the center of the dash. And on the passenger side, it should kind of be above the airbag. If all of that works for you and you're like just hoping that if I put a real tweeter in there, I'm going to get more sound because there is no tweeters, then yeah, you're going to be happy. And to do that, you more than likely can use the high-level to low-level adapters that are built in the amplifiers. Like a lot of 4-channel amplifiers have high-level input and then have a set of RCA outputs. And you could do that. You could bring all 4 channels into that 4-channel amplifier and then do RCAs out to the sub-amp. Perfectly reasonable way to do it. You could get something like, if you want to do like, I don't know, these are some sketchy amps. I really don't know how good the high-level, low-level is. You could buy something like an LC5i Pro, which is the audio control 4-channel in, 5-channel out for sub with load resistors. That's not a bad idea because you're going to need load resistors. So even if you do the high level into the amplifier, you're going to need load resistance on that in order for it to perform properly. So buying something like an LC5i Pro has load resistors built into it. It will streamline the process other than you have a box. Now, you could just, if your amplifier does have high level and you have a good amplifier, you could just buy the audio control or the Metra greens because they're the same on both sides. And that will give you the load resistance. Even Memphis makes a set of those. And that'll solve that issue. So there again, you don't necessarily have to go out and spend that money. You could just buy some load resistors. They come as a pair, just front and rear, and you're all set and ready to go. Now, going back to the original problem of I'm going to put these random speakers in there and hopefully the Toyota EQ will work for me. That's where an EQ DSP comes in, because that is going to give you the ability to go in after the fact and say, I want to change the way it sounds. Now, EQing it is fine. Like if you want to boost certain frequencies or cut certain frequencies to make it sound better, you can do that. What you run into is when you start having to deal with time alignment, you have to address the all-pass filters in the room because those are what are steering the factory sound. So if you add delay into the system without negating the all-pass filters, you run into all kinds of problems with things just not working right. And the center channel is going to wobble back and forth depending on how things are happening. That's where you asked this question. That's where having something that has an electrical 2-channel RTA in it, so real-time analyzer, so that you can compare the 2 channels together. That's why we've made the IRTA2, so that you can take the left and right, you compare them together. When you sum the 2 together, that shows you where that all-pass filter is. And then what you can do is the DSP has to have all pass filter capability, which a lot of them don't. A lot of them will say AP, LP, FP, PP, AP. It's like, yeah, all pass doesn't mean all frequencies passing. It's a specific type of filter. So you have all pass 1 and all pass 2. And so you have to have a DSP that can address those. Most of the cheap DSPs don't have that. It's an advanced feature. And then what you would do is, let's say you had an all pass filter at 240 hertz. You're not going to know what side it's on. So typically you add it to the drivers first. So you'd say all pass filter type 1, 240 hertz, driver's side. And then you'd be looking at the RTA and it would disappear. And all the frequency would go back up. And you're like, okay, cool, I figured it out. Now once you've done that, then you can add time alignment. Now if you're sitting there going, what the is he talking about? That's the daily grind, okay? That's what you're dealing with. That's why I gave you the first part before I gave you the second part, because you might be happy with the first part and be going, I don't want to do all that. Well, then don't. You don't have to. If you're happy with what we said before. Okay, moving on so we don't lose the whole room. What's up, guys? Hello. It's a Lexus SC400. That's what's wrong with Paul's son's car. 100%. Oh, yeah. We knew that the day it showed up. 2024 Wrangler, non-amplified. Is there a bracket for under the seat? If no, gotta make one. So this, I don't think the seat has changed between 2024, 2023. I believe it was just the dash and the soundbar. I think the underneath seat is the same. For that, we would use the Metra under seat bracket, because that has worked in the previous and they didn't change those. So I don't know. I haven't really looked underneath the seat in the 2024s yet to see how much different it is. I don't know. I might want to check in a Jeep for them, or like find a buddy that has the 2023 Jeep. But we would use the Metro bracket if it fit, because their bracket is by far the coolest. Dean installing a JL has all frozen up. Dude, why y'all think I don't like JL? I mean, and the funny thing is the reason why we're doing this amp the way we're doing it underneath the passenger front seat is because a couple weeks ago, if you remember, we had one of these in. He had the same amp, and it stuck out. That was the one that stuck out like 5 inches into the back, and we were like, this is dumb. Let's move it underneath the seat. We made this same bracket. So when I saw it was this amp, I go, dude, we're going to do the same thing we did in the last one. We're just going to make a new bracket for it, put it there. It's much easier to service and get to and adjust everything without having to pull the back seat out. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Because the nice thing about a radio with subwoofer volume control is that I can tell you right now that the gain on the amplifier does not need to be up that high, because the gain coming out of the radio will be more than enough to overload the input section of that amplifier. So we're not going to need to get to that as, I mean, we will in the beginning, but we won't have to, we can put the seat back in and not have to worry about it. Where the highs, we always like to finesse those a tad just to make sure we have it exactly the way we want it. Dean, what would be your choice on the L7T12 downfiring box? Use a key 501 or the KMA 800.1 with a key lock? I think you'd be fine with the 500.1. I think the 500.1 would do that just fine. Wow, I said it the same way, just switch the words around. Watching too much news, I guess. Anyways, yeah, that amp would be plenty of power to do that, because you're going to, especially if you're hooking up high level, you're going to fix all that nonsense, and so you'll get all the power, which is cool. Speaking of power, we got this cool little thing here, this guy, this whatever this is. I know, right? So you guys are asking, I know. So we need to dyno this, which we're going to do here real soon, and because it's going to be released very soon here for you guys to purchase, which will be great, because it's a tiny, small, little magical amplifier, perfect for some Tempo Ultras, some Massimo
HE.
Yeah, Jesus. If I ever design a line of speakers, it's just going to be level 1, level 2, level 3. That's it. None of this funky names. But anyways,
yeah.
Fernando, where will they be able to find that equipment?
You can find that equipment in, I was about to say DNF Tool Drawer. That would be great, right? No, you can find in DNF Tool Drawer the IRTA too. But if you actually want nice sound quality amplifiers, not crazy, on the budget, you can find this at morelhifi.com. morelhifi.com, and you can find it here. You want to see some pictures? Morel_America, or you can go on Facebook and Morel America Inc. Morel America Inc. on Facebook. Go follow them. Just wait for the video so we can drop it, and you guys can find out all about morelhifi.com, new amplifiers, and the new Bluetooth speaker. Right? Go check them out.
For sure. All right, let me ask you one question, Fernando.
Oh, no, don't.
So, Hollywood.
Yes. I'm a celebrity in Hollywood.
Yes, he says, Dean.
Yes.
I have a question.
Okay.
Even though we don't answer questions.
Sure.
Is it worth it to change the speakers on the Tesla to the Alpine system?
Oh, you asking me that question? Oh, all right. Let's sit down and no. I think it's a personal opinion.
First off, it's a whole system. It's not just the speakers. System, yes. It's the amplifier. It's a full package.
Yes. And if you like more bass and
better definition,
a little bit more, yeah, I would say yes. Change it. You'll be happy. Has more bass, a little bit more treble.
And right now, it is the most reasonable Tesla upgrade out there.
You don't even have to do any tune because it comes pre-tuned for the car. So yes. Now, if you are expecting totally different, no, just do your research before you start buying things like that.
So there is another manufacturer that makes a Tesla system from start to finish with the T harnesses and stuff. And you can buy different versions of it, and that would be our friends over at Focal. Makes a full line of speakers. They also team up with Moscone and Gladen and come out with the full line of amplifiers. So you can do Moscone amplifiers and Focal speakers.
T harnesses, everything.
Yeah, so they have the whole thing with the Pico series, low amperage amplifiers.
I don't know if you have to do any tune on the Focal and Moscone things.
I don't either.
That will be my only option if you're not willing to do any tune or something like that. The Alpine is actually the fit.
If you're just looking to improve the sound quality of the Tesla and like not go crazy, replacing the tweeters in the front, just so like with the Focal inside, you can buy a new mid-range and tweeter combination for the front. If you don't want to like go nuts, that is a very good upgrade, because the main problem that most people have with the Tesla system is very soft. By going to the hard dome tweeter and the new mid-range in that, it's a simple enough upgrade, and it will improve the sound. It won't make it louder. It'll just make it sound more dynamic and bright, which is usually what most people are asking for. Like, not everyone's going balls to the wall all day long. So that's also a really simple upgrade. So,
I heard the Elias is going to buy a Cybertruck.
Everybody makes mistakes.
What's that, Elias?
Is the Dayton 408? No, it's a piece of crap. That is like the biggest piece of crap there is.
What?
The Dayton DSP. Time for a haircut. No, man, it's perfect. Perfect. I got vacation to go on, so I'll probably do it next week. Trying to hold off one more week. Okay. Just trying to pull the trigger. Don't shoot yourself. 10:30, already 100 in Phoenix. Oh my gosh.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah, but it's a dry heat. No, it's like sticking your head in an oven. Hey Dean, 2021 Honda Accord. Any suggestions where to go through the firewall for power? You always go on the passenger side or the driver's side? You go on the driver's side. Yeah, there's. If it's a non-clutch car, there should be a provision where the clutch would be.
Yeah, I don't think they make.
Yeah, they make a stick Accord.
What year? 2021?
Yeah, well, we did not. I don't know, but I don't know. Yeah, that's your job.
No, driver's side, man.
Driver's side.
Yeah, for sure.
Monsoon season. All right, so there's a bunch of questions that I know I'm not going to get to, but I just want to do this before we leave. We'll show it to you the next time, because I do have to get back to work. And I took a really long time answering that one question, so I apologize, guys. But we'll be back in a little bit to show the progress on this. You guys are asking about a cheap DSP.
You want to open it?
No, I just said we'll open it later. But stay tuned for what is in this box. Yeah, and then we're going to end it there. See ya. You good? Mm-hmm. Okay. That's a lot of tape.
Oh, and it's not even.
All right, well, while he's playing with the tape, putting in the last ferrule on this install, it's done. The F-150 is all set and living a much better life now. Let's take a look and see how this played out. So we have the CXA 1200.1 now mounted into place, screwed in, done, wiring running all pretty. braided Tech Flex, 12 gauge going off to each side, all set there. We fixed, turn that off. We fixed the amplifiers. We mounted the JL Audio 4-channel. So the XD 404 is now mounted up underneath the seat in the custom bracket that we made. We added some nut certs in to hold it into place. So this is the 4-channel tucked up out of the way. That freed up all the space back here so that we could center this. So even though it looks like there's a lot of room and you probably, move the amps up and do all that with this equipment, it's kind of silly. This bracket fits between these two frame rails here and here, and that freed up both of the vents. So now it'll get proper air. Subwoofer box is in place, tucked up underneath the seat. He already had, that's all his existing stuff. All the framing is all put back together. The radio was totally redone, redid the whole harness. You guys saw that in the last video. So that is all set there. But yeah, so that's a really nice bracket. I should probably make one of these. We don't do too many of these these older F150s, so and it's easy enough to make that. So there's that all set. Slide that back. We do have a piece of plastic that goes in there, what we'll put in. Radio's all set. He's using this USB here, so we put a blank in there so he wouldn't try to do it by accident. So now with that, I can slide the back seat into place and be done back there. And this is all finished. He just decided he wanted to make sure he replaced this ferrule going into that because there wasn't one on that side. And so, yeah, that's it. That's it. So basically what we had to do was redo all the lighting, add the external fuse holder, and then redo all the stereo side of things. And it's done. Yay! I promised that I would show you guys what is in the box. So we had this box show up the other day. It's for 5-star. So this is for us. So let's take a look and see what we got inside of this. Ooh, all right. We got a lot of paper. Ooh. Hey, check it out. We got the Bluetooth speakers that he was talking about. Oh, these are fun. Oh, we're gonna do a new Bluetooth speaker review. Man, we haven't done one of those in a while.
Yeah.
Right?
No, I like it. That's cool.
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, we haven't done a Bluetooth speaker review in a long time. That was like the last time we did one of those was like when we got that Alpine thing. Praying for training tonight. Oh, what's up, Mike? Yeah, that's right. Tonight is the ARC Audio training over at Mobile Solutions.
Oh, nice.
That was that. Yeah, right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah. Toyed around with the idea of flying out there.
Right now?
No.
You should.
No, I wouldn't make it.
Oh, you would make it.
They can be linked together. Yes, they can. So it looks like this, and then you can do this. You can have a wider soundstage with them. So this ought to be fun. I can't wait to. Yeah, man, we haven't done one of those in a long time, and now we have. Oh shoot! You know what we can do? Because it's stereo, we can use the Andy head.
Okay.
Yeah, that'll be fun. And then also, what I wanted to show you guys is this guy right here. So earlier someone was asking about an inexpensive DSP, and we're always on the hunt for a good price, quality DSP, and they just came out with this guy, which is their 8-channel DSP.
6-8?
No, I think it's an 8-to-8. I think it's an 8-to-8. It's phone based. and it's affordable, extremely affordable. If you guys want to look that up, you're more than welcome to. Ooh, dude, they put 3M double-sided tape on the bottom. The whole bottom. That's pretty neat. Anyways, we'll do a full review on this, but before, let's just take a quick look at it. Yeah, so it is plastic. So they know what this is. This is an affordable DSP. So it's got a plastic housing. It's got gain knobs on the side. Hold on, I can't see. All right, let me do that. Yeah, these are see-through router tables. So we have 8. Yeah, those are the outputs. So those are the 8 out. And then these are the 8 in. So yeah, it's an 8 in, 8 out. Very nice. Oh, All right, so I was specifically told that USB-C is for updates only. Like this doesn't plug into a laptop. So is Powerbase getting into the amps now as well, or do they already have those two? They already have amps. They actually have some really nice amplifiers as well as subwoofers and speakers other than the plug and plays. We showed some of those off. Actually, it's been like a year or two now since we took a look at some of their amplifiers when we were at SEMA. But yeah, so here's all the harnesses. That's cool. But we'll take a more closer look at this. Always had amps. They're pretty sweet. Yeah, Mike would know. Mike does power. Does Mike do power bass? I feel like Mike does power bass. I think so. Well, yeah, I mean, I don't, well, yeah, maybe I'm just getting confused because Andrew built that power bass car.
Hey, yeah, that's true.
He built the Tesla or whatever that was. What's up, Jeff?
I really love that one.
That car was pretty badass at SEMA.
Really,
Yeah.
that was...
Yeah, that's in one of our walk around at SEMA videos. Yeah. But anyway, so Powerbase just came out with this. I asked if they would send me one so we could do a review, take a look at it. I honestly didn't think they'd send it this quick because nobody does that. So thank you, Jeff. They got QR codes to download the app. How cool is that? So we got 2 cool devices here to take a look at. I'm going to be honest with you guys. We're going to be doing a lot of product. I hate it when people say I'm going to be honest with you. That means I've been lying to you every time up to this. Yo. Heard you had a visitor today. We did have a visitor today. We had 2 visitors today. It was a lot of fun. Pigtails. Yes, it's all pigtails. It is all pigtails. But anyways, we are going to be having a lot of unboxings and reviews coming up. I know you guys like the install stuff. We'll have some of that too, but a lot of it is going to be unboxing because we just have a surplus of stuff we just need to get through to tell you guys about because we do. So, I know, but there's so much cool stuff out right now that we just need to get in your hands and let you guys see and expose you to. Because the install stuff is great, and we know it, and we're never not going to do it, but we just do have a ton of unboxing we have to do. And it's fun. It's fun to play with stuff, right? Oh, Mike, yeah. It's all car audio, because that's all they do is car audio. So Sony 9500 unboxing. You're going to see that because this 9500 is going to go into Fernando's car. I really want to get my hands on the 9000 though, because I really want to get my hands on the 9000, which is the same as the 9500 but just in a 7-inch touchscreen. I have a question. Where in Florida are you located? Looking to get sound system in my car soon. We're in Clearwater, Florida. Right across from the original Hooters on Gulf to Bay. If you would like to get something done, you can give Paul a call at 727-216-6170, or you can email him at spellitallout5starcarstereo@gmail.com. And he will take care of you there. That's the sales guy. So that is his job. Boom. But yeah, so F150. Done now. We shut the hood. He's finished the ferrule on it. We'll take a look at that just because why not? It's all good. Now the nice thing about this car is this actually sounded fine like before we started on it, which is so rare because most of the time when you do these, they just sound like crap and that's why they're having us fix it. And really he just didn't like the way the wiring looked. So yes, the 9000, 9500 is the same function. It's just one is floating and one is doubled in. So, boom, just like that, it's closed, and we get to get this thing so you can go home. You don't need to look at it anymore. How exciting is that? Ooh, yeah, I can't wait to play with this. I love Bluetooth speakers, man. I think they're fun. I have a ton of them now. I never get a chance to really listen to them, which is funny because I have so many of them. But I at least listen to them once just so that we can, see how they sound, see if they're cool. Are they using those fancy Saber DACs? So Fernando talked to Chris Beulah, who is the worldwide sales trainer. So he's the guy behind all of that. Because our plan was to put the GS9 underneath the 9500. That was what we were going to do. And of course, Fernando went to him because he's like, hey, before we do all this, what is your guys' take on this? Is this something we should do? Is this something we can't do? What does Sony say about this? And he, to say it nicely, was like, why would you do that? The 9500's DAC is the updated version of what that would be. So he's like, 5 or 6 years ago when we came out with the GS9, it was the first of its kind, and there was nothing like it at all. And now there's, now 6 years later, things have advanced a lot. There's new DACs, better DACs. And so they're like, yeah, don't waste your time doing that because you're not going to have any benefit from it. You're actually might actually be worse. And so hearing that, we were like, all right, so the GS9 is going to get put on the shelf and we are just going to use the 9500 because according to Sony, it is a better way to do it. And it's their product. And if they're telling us that it's better, then we're going to go with what they said. That's a really long way of saying that. But yeah. Hey, text Paul and let him know if this guy wants to pick this up. I think he's just going to pick it up in the morning. But it's already 5:15, so. Yeah. But yeah, so that is that. Marklin's in the house. Always had Sony headgears back in the day. When is Sony coming out with a 10,000? I know, right? Okay, cool. I'll check out the 9,000. Yeah. I know, it's so cool. I'm just happy to be done with this car, so. That's really it. Unless you guys got some more questions. I feel like these last 2 days we've spent a lot of time on here with you guys, just kind of keeping you up to date on what's going on in this silly little F-150. I know it seems like all we do is F-150s. All right. Well, hey, listen, I got to get this vaccine in because I think this guy might be picking this up. I don't want to keep you guys. It is 5 o'clock in our world, so it's 5 o'clock time. Start doing some 5 o'clock stuff. Ooh, on an up note, our new 3D printers came in. We're switching this out to bamboos. We have 2 bamboo 3D printers coming in. I know we never really totally had a good time with this one, but bamboos are better, so we're gonna do that. Tomorrow is on install of the 430. It's just a 400, but yeah, you're probably not wrong. You're probably not wrong. That sucks. But all right, guys, listen, you guys have a wonderful night. Enjoy your Tuesdays. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.